This would be your final walk before execution. Hopefully they had stairs here. They put you out here onto the edge of this cliff. Whoa. And off you go. Now the town of Veliko Tarnovo is built hugely on the side of a mountain on both sides, up and down, and I'd like to start off by showing you my room. So first we go a little bit up the stairway here to a door that's, well, not really a door, kind of a half door. So then we go along the side of the house here where there's lots of wood and lots of stuff. My room is in the back. So once you've entered, there's this little door here, and this is sort of the main room, the kitchen, if you will, absolutely full of flowers. There's a tiny little bathroom in there, and there's another room in here. I guess I'm sharing with somebody, which I did not know. I thought it was a private apartment, but it's not. So in here is my big, beautiful room with my giant plasma TV. Check that baby out. Tiny little leopard skin sheeted single bed and my double bed. And that is pretty much it. There is the room. It is very tiny. And there's the view out my window of my beautiful little shared kitchen. So I just found out something interesting. The gentleman who owns this place said that this room was his daughter's room. I decided to go through some of these drawers here and I noticed, lovely. So I guess it still is his daughter's room, and maybe he puts it on booking.com when nobody is here. It is approximately 7 p.m., a little bit of a late check-in. Time to explore evening number 1. Here's a nice little municipality map. Veliko Tarnovo. So this is the area that I'm going to explore now. I am here, boom, I'm going to go through some of these churches. There's a park here and another park further down. Let's go explore night number 1. This is one of the main streets I walked down earlier, full of shopping on both sides. That building there is the main theater, and you can pronounce the name of it as you wish. That's the name right there. Blah, 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 blah theater. Good luck on that one. On my map, it looks to be one of the largest parks. Here's their list of summer puppets and friends. A whole bunch of different activities going on throughout the summertime. These flowers are in the shape of a heart. All of these people are lined up for the outdoor summer theater right there. The summer theater starts tonight at 8:30, so everybody's starting to come in to get their seats. Just taking a stroll through Park Druzhba. It's also a dog park. I don't know if I forgot to mention the obsession that Eastern Europe has with pharmacies. They're called aptekas. Here, these are all recycled medicine caps. Different medication, prescriptions, millions of tops. Off I go to the next park. Yeah, I know what you're feeling, Kat. Hard on the knees, isn't it? So I just walked 30 minutes straight uphill to Park Acacia, and the trees have completely changed. That shows how high up I am. Now those are fancy drinking fountains. If there's one thing I notice most here in Bulgaria is the excessive amount of gambling, smoking, and drinking. It is absolutely everywhere. There's another one across the street over there, a gambling hall. And up there in the corner is a 24-hour cigarette and alcohol shop where all the teenagers are hanging out. There is a lot of booze and a lot of smoking I've seen everywhere in Bulgaria, and this town is no different. And now for the super deadly walk home, straight down these stairs. You would not want to be doing this after too many drinks. That is for sure. Good night. Check out this view. Well, if you don't like tourists, then you're not going to like this town, especially in the summer. That's tour group number 1. There's a tour group right there. There's another big tour group gathering here, and there's a whole bunch of tours going up the street. Well, it is 34 degrees today with no wind. It is very humid. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Tomorrow's supposed to be 38. So I'll tell you, these stairs here in VT, that's what I'm gonna call it, are exhausting. As you can see by the angle of these cars, some of this stuff is quite steep. Well, if you're coming to Veliko Tarnovo for one thing only, come for the views. Well, one good thing about the tourists that are here is most of them were quite old. I noticed it was a lot of kind of senior citizen buses. which is nice if you want to get away. All you got to do is work your way up a little bit in altitude and they disappear. So they're mostly on the main streets, looking at some of those views, but they won't go very high up because the buses can't get up here and they're too old to walk. So if you want some privacy, just go up in elevation. So I might not make it there today, but check out this view of the castle in the distance. Wow. When you arrive to VT by train, there are actual 2 stops. There's a tiny one here, which I did not get off of. I went into the city, but here there is a funicular, as you can see, that goes up. It wasn't running yesterday and it doesn't look like it's running today, but it brings you to the other end of the castle. So I believe they've shut that side off and you have to enter from the bridge side. This is the plan now. I'm gonna head down through the center, down through these buildings, way down to this bridge, which brings me across to an island. You can't really see that it's an island, but sitting on the island is this giant monument, cathedral that's been turned into a restaurant bar, because I was there last night checking it out. Up into the woods here, down through, way over to the other side, and then hopefully come around here. So that's the next couple hours. For all the people that say I can't travel, I have kids. Yes, you can. You probably might have to carry them. Dedicated to the 800-year anniversary of the rebellion against the Byzantine rule, which ended with the liberation of Bulgaria. So it is 4 warriors on horses, and in the middle is a giant sword. Next to the monument on the same island is what used to be a cathedral. It is now a gallery and Galleria Cafe. What I'm loving most about Bulgaria during these humid times, it has been so sticky, is the outdoor drinking fountains that you can find everywhere. Time for another giant walk up. Oh my God, it's 340 steps to the top. And there's a playground. So I'm working my way down the mountain and I came across University of Veliko Tarnovo. It is obviously closed for the summertime, but the views from this university are spectacular. So I'm now entering a neighborhood called Svetogor. Gonna stroll around a little bit, try and get some different views of the castle. Marked on my map is an amusement park at the base of this tower, as you can see up there in the corner. So I decided to come check it out, and I found this map on a fence, and I'm going to give you an idea of, this is the whole downtown of VT here, the bridge that I went over with the giant monument and the cathedral. Then I went up the 300,000 stairs to this area. Also went down, explored this town here. What I did is I strolled along this street right over here, because this says amusement park, and then I come across this, boom, miniature park is what it is. Take a look at this. So I don't know if it was open and now it's closed, or if it's not ready to be open yet, but there is 0 people. Absolutely nobody but me, but this is so cool. Basically, it's a miniature world of Bulgaria. As you can see, there's the Sofia airport. They've actually got planes flying in the air. There's the sign on the side of the building. They're calling it Mini Bulgaria. The parking lot across the street has been taken over by weeds completely. This thing I think has been closed for a long time, but it is amazing. I am now on some random road that goes behind the castle, goes around to the other side. I'm going to see if I can get some views of the castle. Tomorrow I will explore the castle. Okay, so it's exactly 10 o'clock and all of the city lights, or at least this section of the city, as you can see, the street lights all turned off. I don't know what's going on. Well, as you can see, the street lights are back on, so I asked around and somebody said there's a sound and light show that goes on at 10 o'clock every night for 10 minutes. That would make sense as to why the lights went off and why the spotlights were not on. So apparently there's a lookout point with some music as well. I'm gonna have to try and find it, and maybe I can get the entire experience tomorrow night.
Kitty.
The music I heard last night, they do have a sound and light show. Time to go castle exploring. Alright, let's break it down. There's hill number 1 over here, and as you can see there's some ruins, and there's an old wall slash castle over there, and then there's the main castle, which I'm about to do. Now I want to show you this model here, which is actually pretty damn cool, and you'll see the two lookout points of the two hills. So this one had a giant wall all the way around, castle inside, as you can see, also a cathedral. And then on the other hill here, I believe this is the one I'm going to see now with the castle, the cathedral slash church up on the top. Lookout Tower 1 over here, another lookout Tower 2. So this wall, as you can see, ran a long ways, all the way around, with the two castles sitting up on the hills. Alright, I'm inside, let's explore the castle. Well, they definitely weren't thinking wheelchair accessible when they built this walkway. Oh my God. The view from this wall, you can see the university on the top of the hill, the neighborhood I went through yesterday with this river. There's the lookout tower and the miniature world, miniature Bulgaria, way down below. So I'm heading to that tower right there, also known as the Baldwin Tower. I don't think it was named after Alec Baldwin, but I'll have to look into that. This photo shows the tower best at its prime. I gotta say this, when I left the Gulf countries in the Middle East, I was super happy to leave the humidity behind, most of all. And when I arrived in Sofia here in Bulgaria, it was super beautiful. It was nice and cool. But unfortunately, every city since I have left Sofia has been remarkably hot and sticky. I actually did not know that Bulgaria was so humid. I am sweating. So we're at the top of the Baldwin Tower, and there is the miniature Bulgaria down below that I was telling you about. It's very cool, but very closed. It's incredible how long this is and how many homes or slash settlements are scattered all around. Incredible. That before you is ruins of a monastery, and on the other side was place of execution. So once they tell you they're going to execute you, they walk you through this church. I guess you say a little prayer. You say, sorry for what I did. Please don't execute me. But they did it anyways, and they took you to this cliff, let's call it, and they pushed you off. This would be your final walk before execution. Hopefully they had stairs here. They put you out here onto the edge of this cliff. Whoa. And off you go. Sitting behind the castle ruins, they have built a huge amphitheater stage for live shows. Time to go up on the other mountain and visit the castle and ruins up there. So I made it to the top, and here is a information. So this is the path that I walked up the road. I'm gonna go check out all of the ruins. Oh boy, it's another hot, humid day. So this is the funicular that they built, but some locals said that they never actually used it. There's the track that goes from the bottom. That is train station number 1. And I guess only 2% of people actually get off there. So they've never used this funicular. So the 4 days that I've been here, I've looked in the top of this mountain every single day, and I haven't seen one human being. They all go over to the giant castle that you see over there, but no one comes up here. It's apparently it's only 6 leva to visit, but maybe because of the excessive heat and the altitude, it is quite high up, and having no funicular, nobody comes here. They skip it. Okay, here's some drama for you. So there's a museum at the top, but I didn't want to go in the museum. It's a tiny, tiny little building. But the lady comes out, ticket, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess you got to pay. And I said, no museum, but you have to pay to walk around the mountain. So it's only 6 leva, but I only had a 50 and a couple of coins in my pocket, and they didn't have change for a 50. They said card, and I'm like, no, I don't want to pay card, I want to pay cash, and we're arguing, whatever. So basically I just gave the change that I have. She took it, I signed the book, and then she gave me the change back. There's zero English at any of these tourist spots, which is strange because there are thousands of tourists. Well, I've only walked about probably 2 or 3 minutes, and I've seen ruins for 3 churches. There's not much else up here but ruins of churches. The obsession with churches. Oh my God! So I decided to look a little closer at this one and read some of the information, and then I noticed church number 13. So I thought, take a look at all of the churches that are up on this hill. I'm going to call it Church Hill. If this is number 13, let me see. We got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think there are 20 churches, or ruins of churches, on this hill. So yes, there's a church ruins there, church under there, there's a church right there, 4 or 5 that I saw on the way down the hill. You can see there's one covered over here, there's another one there, there's another one there, there's another ruins of a church down there. Wow, a lot of churches. Welcome to the top of the Southeast Tower. Okay, let me show you what I just did. Right where my thumb is where I was, and I had to walk all the way along this white street all the way up to here to take this dotted path, which is on the top of a mountain, all the way to this lookout point, which you can see I'm at now. What I decided to do from here, there is no path, but I basically did some rock climbing, cutting through trees and bushes, almost killed myself twice, and I actually made it to the top. It's called the Swing, this lookout point. And let me show you what I am looking at.